A soft warm light comes up on a slightly oversized door that is standing upright and positioned downstage center about 10 feet back from the lip of the stage. The door is swaying side to side as if asleep. The scene is gentle in mood and atmosphere. A man enters upstage left and walks downstage toward the audience. The door stops swaying and remains perfectly still. The man stands in front of the door, reaches toward the doorknob, but doesn't touch it. Instead, he sees the note pinned to the door. He takes the note down, turns toward the audience, and reads it. The note is from the door.
For tens of thousands of years, human beings have been using doors to enter rooms, hallways and backyards, to get onto rooftops, to open cars, coffins, and the occasional mine. Some say that even the moon has a door in it. A door made of cheese. As one of many doors, I propose to show you that the human-door interaction is not a static symbiotic relationship, but rather a dynamic one, through which at least one of the parties, the human, or the door, elevates to a higher consciousness over time. I just can't, at this time, determine which one evolves, me or the human. But I will say that the impact of doors on the emergence of human beings is an unexamined phenomenon at this time. And, if you want my opinion as to who evolved first, it was clearly me, the door. And I've written a very detailed poem to prove my point. This poem has to do with how a door helps a room deal with its problems. Yours truly, the door. P.S. Aldous Huxley wrote the book about me, not about you.
The man tries to open the door, but the door doesn't open, so he tries again. Finally, the man gives up in vain, leans against the door, and falls asleep. After a short time, the door decides to read its poem.
My poem is called The Room. The rumor was that the room changed its shape so often that an ordinary person couldn't be in it. And yet, it was rumored that the room was filled up with people almost all the time. That was the rumor. But it didn't come from the room. It came from the door to the room. It was rumored that strange things went on in the room. Was it a good room? Was it a bad room? From outside the room, you couldn't tell. But the door to the room knew. It was rumored further that the room had no windows, no openings, no escape and sometimes no air. It was rumored that the room needed to talk about this with someone. Maybe it could speak with the door. They were connected. The door might be open to hearing what the room had to say. It was rumored that the door was unusual. Not just a wooden opening into a room full of things you can't talk about. In the past, the door had been connected to other rooms. Cleaner, quieter rooms, with numbers, instead of names and colors on the walls. This room was made of concrete, and there was always water on the floor. This room was in trouble. The door was educated about room and door interrelations and wouldn't come unhinged in an emotional debate if it was to open itself up to listening to what the room had to say. The door loved the room air-conditionally. It was always open for room service. A door is a door is a door. The room had always said, not a real roommate, just something hanging over there. Always in the jam, never completely secure. Always opening and shutting like a human mouth. Never really locked, never really secure. But the room was wrong. The door adored the room. It would always open and close unconditionally, regardless of what was going on inside the room. Without the room, there would be no door. The door knew this too. The door needed a helping hand. A human hand. Was there someone out there, perhaps a two-legged something or other, who just might be able to reach out, get a handle on the door, and open it? I wonder.
Finishing its poem, the door waits for applause, but it doesn't come. Instead, the man gives it a standing ovation. As the man and the door leave to enter the room, the door wonders, has it evolved as far as it thought? Or has the room evolved even further? And what about the human? Yes, what about the human?